Hey there, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we're looking at the swing volley, also known as the drive volley this week. And for today's video, what I want to discuss are the times when we should maybe use a swing volley versus the times we should use a traditional volley. All right, so before we get into some of those, kind of scenarios, let's look at the two shots real quick. Here's the swing volley first. All right, now, same exact ball, here's the standard volley. All right, so my question before we get into this video today is, which of those two shots is possibly more susceptible to having a mistake be made on the swinger's behalf? Okay, I think it's pretty apparent that the swing volley, there's just more mechanics going on. There's more racket speed, there's more stroke. The legs are probably loading quite a bit bigger, so there's more power. You go to a standard volley, it's definitely considered more of the conservative or safer play, if you will. All right, so let's now differentiate some times between when the swing volley should be used versus the standard volley. The first, to me, the topic would definitely be the difference between singles and doubles. All right, in singles, for me personally, because I look to hit winners from farther back. I like to hit winners from the baseline, sometimes behind the baseline. Definitely once I'm in no man's land, I feel like in singles, I'm definitely in an attacking position, trying to put a lot of balls away, especially when they float. So I would use the swing volley quite a bit in singles, where in doubles, number one, you just don't see the pros using swing volleys all that often in doubles. They're not as, easily putting shots away from farther away from the net in doubles. You're looking to generally take over the net, close out the net, and put away your winners from more inside the service line positions. So when a player in doubles gets a ball that's floating in no man's land, we don't need that risk of playing the swing volley when it's so much tougher to put winners away in doubles from this position. Make the prudent play, which is kind of the standard volley, move in and look to get your winners from closer to the net in doubles. So that's number one. Utilize the swing volley more in singles and utilize the standard volley more in doubles from this no man's land position. Okay? All right, now the next kind of scenario that we're in to decide whether it's a swing volley or a standard volley would simply be if something's a little bit off. I mean, even right now, you guys can see this sun is pretty bright in my face. This is towards the end of the day. So when I'm looking straight ahead at the court, the sun's not in my eyes. Let's say it was earlier in the day and I've got a ball coming at me and the sun is directly out in front of me. Sun can make life very difficult. So I always feel like when something's a little bit tricky, sun, wind, maybe my balance for whatever reason as I come up inside the baseline was just a little shaky. I didn't get my legs set. We go back to the idea of which shot is more susceptible to having something go wrong. It's definitely the swing volley. Okay, so I'm always looking to utilize swing volley unless it's a tricky situation. Okay, so at that point, I want to really ensure that I make the ball. So if I get into this spot, too much sun, a little bit of wind, the ball's dancing around on me, I close up, a little bit of a shake in my feet, whatever you may have. Once you feel like something's a little bit wrong, I would get into that continental grip, play it as a traditional volley, take a page out of the doubles player's book. Yes, you're going to probably have to make one or two more shots in the rally, but at least we didn't give away a free point going for a swing volley when, the elements just were not going to allow us to hit the best possible shot, okay? And now the third one would be simply, would we use a swing volley when it's just not needed? And what I mean by that is the opponent on the previous ball that I've struck, and the guy's so far off the court, he's stretched, he floats it, and he doesn't recover, or he's slow, whatever you might have. And 3/4 of the tennis court is available to me on the opposite side, and I don't see this guy coming to try to chase my next ball down. What's the reason for me to go ahead and hit the ball, that is more susceptible to me having something go wrong. Absolutely, if I see somebody off the tennis court, you know, they're stumbled, they're not moving well, they're tanking, whatever you may have, I'm always utilizing more of a standard volley in that situation if I just don't see the need to hit this full swing volley, okay? So if you find yourself in that, you know, scenario where the opponent is just nowhere to be found and you get a floater in no man's land, there's just no need in my book to hit that swing volley. Now, personal preference can definitely come into play. Look at Maria Sharapova. Okay, I don't think I've seen her hit an overhead in a long, long time. She'll be at the net even, and here comes a high ball. She'll let it come down a little lower and hit her swing volley. She's so comfortable with that shot. I think she's better at that shot than a standard volley. So if that's a category that you might fall into where sun's in your eyes, wind, whatever, opponent off the court, but you just simply feel that you're better on a floater from no man's land with a swing volley than a standard volley, of course, you always want to play the shot that you trust the most. But if net, both shots, you could pull them off relatively equally, and we know that there's less mechanics going on in a standard volley, I would always, you know, utilize the shot that you can rely on more, which for most of us would just be a simple standard volley, wide open court, easy put away, doesn't need all that flash that a swing volley maybe brings in that we kind of get caught up in sometimes, okay? So just food for thought there, and that's all I got for you today. Hope that was super helpful. Please click like below this video, and if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, as well as check down below me in the description of this video. You'll find the link to 3 free courses that Mark and I have put together. I think you'll find those really helpful as well. All right, so until next time, be well, and we'll see you soon at Daily Tennis Lesson.